Andy, milk, no sugar.
Perfect, thank you, David.
Marvellous. So, Run to the Sea, what is it? What's it all about?
Run to the Sea is an ultramarathon. It's a 50-kilometre trail run. Starts in Horsham, goes across the South Downs and ends in Hove on the seafront here.
So I was convinced it was all downhill, but you tell me that that's not the case.
There is a little bit of uphill involved.
I just thought north to south, it must be quite straightforward.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Sorry about that.
And why on earth are we doing it? How did we end up at it?
You'll recall we had recently run the Brighton half marathon for charity. We were full of beans, full of gusto, thought of ourselves as a couple of elite athletes.
Turns out we're not, by the way.
We were out for drinks with a few colleagues. This came up in conversation, this ultra. We got challenged and we accepted it on camera.
Yeah, Murray filmed it.
We did.
I remember the next morning he sent it through to me, and my wife Kate came. She said, "Oh, did you have a good evening?" I said, "Oh yeah, great time. Yeah, really good laugh." And we never guess what? Me and Andy are doing an ultra marathon. And she said, "Why is it this nonsense comes about whenever you two get together?"
Yeah, I am sorry, Kate. I am sorry about that. This time round, we're running for charity ESTEEM. Talk to us about that.
ESTEEM are amazing. I met them at the paddleboard event that Chris sponsors down here at the Lagoon, and heard a bit about them. And essentially, they're based over in Shoreham, just around the corner from Nick's office, the Shoreham office, and they effectively run a kind of support network for young people aged from around sort of 14 to early 20s. I think that we all forget that time in your life is incredibly challenging. You're going from sort of riding your bike and playing football with your mates to all of a sudden having to make life-changing decisions around subjects you want to take. You're doing exams, you're expected to get a job maybe, your relationships are changing. You know, there's so much going on for these young people, and a lot of them don't have anywhere to go. And you know, I remember I had an older brother, I had really supportive parents, but I mean, just imagine if you don't have that, going through that time in your life. And you know, these guys are there, they're set up to support people, to give them guidance, or even just to be somewhere for them to go to chat to people. But they are based in a house just off the main road, and they were approached by the council and told that basically the council were going to sell the property. They were offered the opportunity to buy it, but they've got to raise £500,000 by, I think, November later this year. So they are really up against it, and they need to save the building and they need to save the charity, really. So
we need to help them do it.
We need to help them do it, and anything that we can raise for them will be incredible. But it is a long way. So what does the training regime look like? The
training regime probably should look better than it is. I, for one, and forgive me for suggesting this, but I, for one, am fully midlife crisis at the moment anyway. I take part in high rocks and athletics, and I've done the marathon and so on, as yourself, and half marathons. I'm hoping that will get me through it, but we need to get out onto the downs, and we need to get out running.
It is a chunk further. I mean, I last did a marathon 15 years ago. So
when you were about 5.
Exactly, yeah. So although I do a lot of running anyway, I think that this is definitely a step further in those runs up the downs that we've been doing, and the half marathon coming up, and I think just getting as much time on our feet as possible.
That's it, yeah, you need to get your legs used to it.
Yeah. But we need the help and support, don't we?
We do need help and support, as do obviously ESTEEM does. So you know, it would be absolutely fantastic if you could make any donation at all. We'll put a link on the page below, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to Just Giving, you can search David Beaken, we'll put a link in the comments. Anything you can give, we appreciate that the time's difficult for everyone, but £1, a couple of £1, or if anyone wants to come and talk to us about corporate sponsorship, there's options around that as well.
There might even be a space to join the team.
Well, I was going to say you'd probably quite happily have someone's logo across your forehead for a price, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So do get in contact with us. We'd love to hear from you, and support us if you can. And for all your Sussex property needs, visit oakleyproperty.com.